Minnesota tonight. Minnesota tonight.
Sitting down with us tonight is writer for the Pioneer Press, everyone, Dave Orrick. First of all, Dave Orrick, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks
really
for having
appreciate it. Can you just let everyone know what is your role at the Pioneer Press?
Well, for a number of years, I was the outdoors editor. I was covering camping, hunting, fishing, cross-country skiing, things like that. Recently, though, because of staffing shortages, which I think you talked about a little bit, I'm now general assignment reporter, also working on the web desk, helping to run our website. This week, I'm covering the medallion hunt. So if my leg buzzes real fast and somebody finds the medallion, I gotta get out of here.
Sorry, you're a newspaper reporter. What's the medallion hunt? I don't know if that's clear. Oh, you know, the medallion that the newspaper has, and I need to leave at any moment, you know.
Watergate, the medallion.
Yeah, it's like the two most important things. So wait, what is the medallion?
It's a little thing. There's a treasure hunt that's St. Paul. It's a St. Paul thing. It's a St. Paul thing.
Oh, St. Paul. I'll never understand, really. Earlier in the show, we talked about a lot how Alden Global Capital is changing the Pioneer Press. You mentioned how that changed your role. What else has that changed about your experience in your day-to-day at the paper?
Almost everything that we do. I mean, we're still trying to cover all the core news issues that we always have, but we're doing it with so many fewer people. I mean, our newsroom numbers are going to be close to about 60 in the newsroom. When I joined the Pioneer Press about 10 years ago, we were north of 200, possibly, depending on how you measured it, maybe about 250.
Wow.
You think of the scope of that. Those are journalists by and large, you know, photographers, reporters, people who proofread what we do, and editors who organize it. Those are bodies gone. So
are you just not able to talk or report on the things that you were able to report on before?
Yeah, there's news that goes unreported. We rely on wire for a lot, and this is across the country. It's not just the Pioneer Press. Right. That there is news happening that is not being covered, and there is definitely a lot less investigative journalism, the stuff that really takes a lot of time. Most newspapers our size across the country don't really have investigative desks anymore.
Wow. And that was the bread and butter.
Yeah, it's why all of us pretty much joined journalism. It's why it was the calling we felt.
So not only do you not get the hats with the news thing and the big cameras that blind you when they work, but you now can't even investigate the very things that you wanted to.
I mean, we can at times, but it's so hard. We have to carve out time. There's so many other demands on our time. You really got to make your case. You know, the DNA of the Pioneer Press is still there. We're a Pulitzer-winning publication. We still are about watchdogging the government and going after good stories. But when you look around the room sometimes, I mean, literally, you look around the newsroom and some big news happens, you say, who's going to cover? And there's nobody there, or everybody there is occupied with something. Then, you know, Prince dies, and I mean, everybody is going to drop what they're doing when Prince dies, but there's nobody who was sort of ready for that?
Well, no one was ready for that.
Okay. But I'm sorry, nobody was ready. Prince dies is a bad example. I mean, that's not Watergate investigative journalism.
Right, but I see what you're saying. So are you just worried that at some point you're going to wake up and the Pioneer Press is going to be gone?
I had one true nightmare, like an actual wake up, sweating, cold sweat nightmare one time about a year ago that, there was just me and my editor. And I was working on some story. We were back in our old building in downtown St. Paul, and the whole newsroom was just empty. And I'm typing away, and I said to her, okay, I'm almost done. What are we going to do with this? And she just looked at me with this blank look. And it wasn't what was said, it was the feeling I had, which is, we don't have anything to do with this. It's me and her. I'm typing a story. She's going to edit it. And there's nothing else to do. There's no internet, there's no presses, no one's gonna know about it. It's just this masturbatory exercise of watchdogging the government that no one's gonna know we're doing.
Right, definitely watchdogging the government is what I would call a masturbatory exercise, making sure it's not abusing our rights, whatever, just whatever, you know.
But I woke up in a cold sweat thinking that could be us, a newspaper in a major city that is really no longer in existence for any purpose, you know. And we're not there yet at all, but that's my nightmare.
So, I mean, if someone wants to support the Pioneer Press or wants to do something about the situation, what can they do?
Buy us. Anybody, you know, we can pass the hat. No, but for regular people, I mean, read us. You know, subscription, it's not as cheap as it used to be to subscribe. And if you're in the West Metro, you probably can't get us. But you can subscribe to the print copy. You can go online. We do not have a paywall, unlike the Star Tribune, so you can read. I mean, there's some paywall, but if you hit it, then you're really reading a lot of news. I kind of did a Trump thumbs up there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you hit that paywall, you're really into reading that masturbatory exercise.
Yeah, and share our stories when you do read them. You know, that's the thing. Everybody's getting the news from Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and fake news has been largely able to do what it does because I believe it's filling a vacuum of real news. And there is real news out there. There's less of it, but there's real news, and we're doing it, and people need to share that and not the fake news.
Well, Dave Orrick, thank you so much for coming on the show. Dave Orrick, everyone, from the Pioneer Press. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Minnesota tonight. Minnesota tonight.